Hello YouTube, my name is Blade and I just want to make a quick video on the two current big consoles that are coming out in the next generations about their headsets, the Xbox One versus the PS4's microphone headset. And basically, this is what the Xbox One headset will look like. It looks like a typical headset design, something you'd see like a McDonald's worker at the cash register using, this type that we're used to using on our 360, design-wise. It looks pretty cool. You can see some different designs in it compared to the 360 mic. Like it looks a lot more square, but it does still have that easy to break headpiece. I might be seeing myself having to use duct tape or something if it does break, but hopefully I can keep that all together. And I also want to make a big note of the plug-in. As you can see, the plug-in does look different from that metal rod, which I'll get into that more after I discuss the PlayStation 4's headset, but just keep that in mind. So this is the PlayStation 4 headset. You can see it coming out of the controller. It has a new style to it compared to headsets that we're used to using. As you can see, it's just one wire, and it's a wire with the voice box in the middle and an earbud near the end. And basically, you just put the earbud in your ear, and the voice box sits somewhere where your mouth will be to catch your voice. And this is both a good and bad thing, because it's good because it's not much. It's pretty simple, easy to use. But I think it's a bad thing because it is just one wire, and you can see how thin that wire is. If any part of that wire gets cut up, then the whole thing's just done. Which, I mean, with any headset, a wire getting cut up can really mess it up, but it just seems like it'd be a lot easier to break this one considering that it's really only a wire. And then the last thing I want to talk about the headsets is the Pro headsets, which most people are more used to using, such as Turtle Beaches and those kinds of headsets. So far, Sony has said that as it stands, PlayStation 3 headsets will work on the PlayStation 4, which I think that's a good thing if they do, but I am kind of skeptical on the fact that they didn't say for a 100% sure that it will, which I find to be very awkward. But it has been confirmed that Xbox 360 headsets will not work on the Xbox One, and that brings me back to what I was talking about with the adapter that you've seen on the Xbox One headset. It doesn't have that metal rod look to it, where we're used to having that little metal rod that plugs into the controller, and now we have this more chunkier piece, which I think it's both a good and bad thing. The bad thing about it is we all need to get a new headset, or we'll probably have to try and find an adapter to connects the 360 to the Xbox One via like a converter or something like that. Although I would much rather just buy a new headset than go through all that kind of hassle. But I think it's a really good thing that they chose this choice because, like for instance, one of my best friends, his controller would no longer work with a microphone because the little metal rod got broken from one of his mics got broken inside of it, and he couldn't get it out. So it basically ruined the controller if he ever wanted to use a microphone on it. And it looks like that chunkier piece will be a lot harder to break, and it will be much more sturdy, which I'm looking forward to. Also, another big thing to know is that the better pro headset creators such as Turtle Beach have already announced that they are making headsets for both consoles, specifically for those consoles, and they will be ready on release date. So if you still want a Turtle Beach or another pro headset, you can always get one for your new console. And as always, whatever console you go with in this next generation, I just want to say have fun gaming and enjoy yourself in the next generation.